What is up, cryptonauts? I hope your travels through the cryptoverse are going well this morning, this afternoon, tonight. Bitcoin Wonder Chart. This Wonder Chart shows Bitcoin manipulation dives down and bottoms out around the last Friday every month. The yellow line is the next pump. But long story short, what we're looking for here is where it bottoms out, right? My last video, I was talking about it maybe coming down and bottoming out at about 45,400. See this white horizontal line here? It's a nice little support level below there. We got one at about 41,300 ballpark area. What we're looking for is the bottom out. Let's get this yellow line out of here. Let's move them over here to the right for the time being. Okay, so what we're looking for here in immediate and probably in the next few days, we're looking for where it bottoms out. Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? Has it already bottomed out here at 66,500? 46,500. So that's about $1,000 away from where I called a likely bottom. Who knows for sure? But this area and time is where it's going to happen, and then we're looking for the next pump. I don't think the next pump's going to have a lot of power, and we're likely looking at something like this in January, right? And then the late January, February pump could be the next powerhouse pumpage. So right now we're looking for the yellow line to get put in. That signifies the next pump. It's probably going to take a little more time for the hype squad to get Bitcoin moving again. A lot of people lost a lot of money recently, and when it happens, it just takes time for the next hype cycle to come. So this blue line will be where it dumps. See how it's working? That's how this chart works. So it's safe to say that this is already a red line. We've had a 9% dump. My last video, I said I'm probably going to do 10. 9% so far since December 28th to this candle here. This is the December 29th candle. We'll be opening the December 30 candle here in about 5 hours. And lots of times in this situation, I would watch out for a deep dive down to 45,400. Watch out for a death wick to 40,000, 41,000 area, like we had back here, December 4th. It's just speculation, of course, but I just relayed it back to a time in history back here in Bitcoin. Let me zoom out so you can see the chart. You're probably familiar with this time. I'm looking at this price section here for this 2 months right here to probably be pretty similar. I think we're halfway through it now. See how it's working? So I'm looking for that. The only green line we had was back here. This would be towards the end of January. Watch out for a green line pump to the expiration date at the last Friday of January. That's speculation, just something to keep in mind. But so like right now, we'd be like right about in here. If this were to continue to play out, probably see that little deep dive, and then the January pump, first week of January here. See that? This is first start of July, and then it proceeded to dump for 3 weeks in July. Boom. So I'm kind of looking for something like that. I've been wanting to fit this in. RedBox Entertainment over here on Robinhood. It IPO'd back in October. This is my first recommendation outside of clean energy and cryptocurrency. As you can see, the traders are probably just shorting it and shorting it. But this is a well-oiled company, and I don't want to go into great extent. You can research it on your own. I just want to point it out to you. It IPO'd it came public at $10. It went up to $17, $18, and I do believe it's just being shorted by the huge hedge funds and the big players. I do believe this is going to be a great investment. It looks like it's going to come down further. Let's go to the 5-year chart. It IPO'd here, right, in October, so just ignore everything to the left. Right here, $10. This is where it IPO'd, looking at a big pump, and I think it's being shorted heavily, and it might come down further. I'm gonna start nibbling here, so I want to do this live on video. At $7.25, I'm gonna start dollar cost averaging into RedBox Entertainment, call symbol RDBX. Limit order, folks. Limit order, folks. Let's go $7.27. Get our order filled. So I'll just go ahead and buy one share right now. Oh, look at that. Just move up to $7.27. I'm going to cost myself 2 cents. Okay, let's get this order filled. Blabberface. Make sure it's a limit order. Make sure you're logged in. Okay, so I cost myself 2 pennies there. But hey, look at that. It's up to 7.28. Got a penny back. Well, I made a penny. I would have made 3 pennies. So I cost myself 2 cents not being logged in and blabber facing on video. But there it is, right? Woohoo! I now own 1 share of RedBox. I don't recommend aping in right now. I do believe RedBox could be diving much lower. Well, maybe not much lower, but you can keep an eye on it. It could be going down to like $4, $5. But I do believe RedBox is going to be a nice little thing to hold on to. I don't want to make videos about trying to talk people into stuff, right? Just go check out RedBox for yourself. Let's go back over here to Bitcoin and let's reset this chart. You can see it, right? Zoom way out on this hype cycle. And now Bitcoin is probably going to be a great long-term investment. I'm not as totally hyped on it as I used to be, but we'll save that for another video. There it is, psychology of a market cycle. We basically peaked out here, dead cat bounce, and now we're probably in the anxiety level here. Bitcoin isn't to a supply crunch yet, so these old cycles still play out. Here's a cryptocurrency hype cycle. Let's zoom in on this. See, here it is, right? Boom, all-time high, and then dead cat bounce, but it happened to come up to set a new all-time high, and we're kind of right back down here. See, kind of anxiety. I've been talking about that for a while, right? And so let's see that. There it is, right? You can clearly see that same structure. It fits that cryptocurrency market cycle psychology chart almost to the letter at this point. And see where I have this circled here? That's kind of the anxiety level. So I'm watching to see what's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it dives down to 41,000 at some point here in the near future. And then what I'm really watching to see if we come back down here and test the bottom pink line, this is going to be well protected. Most likely around 29,000, 30,000 is probably really strong support. I'm wondering if Bitcoin is going to pull a platypus move and kind of come up and do one of these, right? And something like this, right? And put in a third and make it a head, a shoulder, or head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder over like 18, 20 months. I'm watching for that. Or it just plays out that market cycle psychology of all-time high, dead cat bounce, turned into all-time high again, and then it comes down here and does this, right? I'm not convinced of either one of those. I want to show you one more thing over here on Robinhood. Without a doubt, it's a hype cycle, right? Bitcoin is in a hype cycle, and I know a lot of people might not want to hear that, particularly if you've been watching the hype cycle, the hype channels about Bitcoin, because they've got you hyped up. And Bitcoin could be marvelous down the road, but that doesn't mean this isn't a hype cycle. And the supply crunch is not here. And if I could find FuelCell, there it is. FuelCell is that one I've been watching in the clean energy for a couple years now. And this reminds me of Bitcoin. FuelCell has been around since 1969. Believe it or not, hydrogen fuel cells are over 50-year-old technology. So this company's had a lot of financial problems, and I've been watching it. And they're these little hype cycles were in here, right? These little tiny ones you can't see anymore. So I'm fully aware of what's been going on with FuelCell, and then it just took off here. I think Wall Street Bets, that little movement might have got involved here, right? And so people got hyped in to buying, the public got hyped into buying like way up here, right? This went up all the way from 33 cents to $26. And I would have made $250,000 off of like a $3,000 investment, but I sold out. And that was a mistake, right? That was a huge mistake. But that's another story. But anyways, the public got hyped into buying here, right? And then boom, right? And then here's kind of like the dead cat bounce type, and then here's like, right? This is kind of like a hype cycle. This fits that market psychology to a T, right? Boom, right? And then here we go again. Haha, no boom, right? So FuelCell just released a really bad quarter financial report, and it was bad. and basically they're all bad. But this is a hypeable technology right now. They've got a good product, but it's the company's in financial disorder, and it has been for a long time. And so this is pumping and dumping on news, right? News. So it's just hype. So it becomes irrelevant what the product is. And like that's what I'm trying to get to about Bitcoin, right? It becomes irrelevant, right? Just for the time being, the Bitcoin supply crunch and how wonderful and amazing it is. That's all irrelevant. This is the huge hedge funds, the traders, right? They're pumping and dumping. And this is the only one in the clean energy market that I can compare it to, that I have experience with, just because it's hypeable, right? It's a hype cycle. So with that being said, if this fuel cell comes down to under $3, it could come down to like $1. If it comes down under $3, I probably would start recommend to dollar cost averaging into this. Right now, today, it's at $5.06. Let's see. Let's go to the week. They just had a bad report. See, boom, right, boom. That's just today. Boom, went from $6 to $4.80. That's a 20% dump, right? This is like a cryptocurrency. That's why I'm comparing it. This is the only experience I have outside of cryptocurrency with super volatile stuff. And there it is. So this reminds me a lot of Bitcoin. And of course, the dead cat bounce didn't set a new all-time high, but you can clearly see that this market cycle psychology. And my point being is, if this comes down a little further, I may start dollar cost averaging back into this. And because there's likely another pumpage coming, right? This is very pumpable. They can get this stories out in the news, right? It's going to be super popular news. Carbon reducing technology, taking carbon out of the air, and that's what this is, right? They have some interesting technology. So my point being is, it's irrelevant, right? It's just a hypeable, pumpable, and dumpable asset. So watch out for this diving down. And if it does, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging back into it, because it's probably going to go like this again, right? There probably will be another cycle like Bitcoin in 2 or 3 years, right? Probably going to be another cycle. So this video got way longer than I wanted to. So I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for watching.